Welcome back. Welcome back. It is podcast number 4. Walk by faith and not by sight. What do you think this means? It means do not trust your own understanding of what you feel at times. It means to allow the Lord to guide you on the path and direction that He wants you to go, no matter what you see and no matter what trials, tribulations, or suffering you go through and endure through it. Go through and endure through it. It is worth it. It may seem as if life has no meaning or purpose at times. Just keep moving forward, and there will be those in your life that won't be with you on your journey. But that's okay. You'll be fine even if you don't feel fine. Why did I say that? Well, let me reflect for you a little bit. There are those that are not meant to be endurance. There'll be those in your life that will drag you down, that need to just stay in the background. You just need to let them be. Move forward without them. And walk by faith and not by sight. Just think about that for a second. You're walking by faith, meaning you're trusting in things that you cannot see. It's believing in things you cannot see. Like with me, for example, for me, walking by faith for me is when I just started the journey for my own life to continue to move forward, even though when everything was against me, everybody was against me. Family, in my own household that I lived with, bullies at school and off school property, or school grounds, I should say, and where I had to continue to move forward. And walk by faith for me is I had to believe that there was hope. There was a hope that I could not see. It's just hope is just something you cling to. There was a time where I just didn't believe there was any way forward, and yes, there was. I can tell you there's a way forward. That's why walking by faith is a lot better than walking by your own understanding of things. Because walking by faith is a lot more fun. It's a lot more adventurous. It's basically in a way, it's kind of like you're going blindly with whatever God leads. I have had family reject me on some nasty things because they did not believe. I've had even pastors and people in the church that did not believe I was not supposed to work. Well, you know what? Screw them. I'll say it flat out. Don't listen to what the people have to tell you, because if God has called you to do something or be something or be someone, do it. Don't listen to what the world tells you. They may say, "Oh, you gotta work, or you can't eat." Well, guess what? I'm still eating. It's because of my grandma, and we have food stamps. But who supplied the food stamps? You may say, "Okay, the government." Well, who gave the government the money that you have in your hand? What helped create the money? Well, God. God supplied the resources to be able to do so. And if you want them at the park, just keep an eye out for people. And you just keep moving forward. I have put aside every dream and thing I've ever had. My dream was to be a storm chaser. I still plan to be sometime, but if that never happens, I'm okay with it. I put aside my childish, and another reason why I didn't really connect well with my brother is because I basically gave up my imagination for something much more serious, which is God. God is much more serious to me. He means the world to me. When He adopted me, like I mentioned in a previous podcast, it was the greatest thing in the world. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but He adopted me. He asked me who my mother and my father was. Father and my mother was. And I said my dad and my mom. He said no. Then he asked the question, and I said again, my dad and mom. Then he said no in a loud, booming, thunderous voice. Every part, every inch of you trembles and chatters and everything. You're ready to collapse and like a sack of potatoes because every part of you is just shaking and rattling. And I said, you are. And he goes, yes, because I'll always love you with an everlasting love. And I said that no one can measure up to. And I mean, it is difficult serving the Lord and trying to listen to family at the same time, especially parents. I'm not telling kids to disobey their parents. Remember little, trust me. But parents, if anyone, that's parent, but don't squash child dreams. They got a dream to preach, let them preach. Okay, let them. They got a dream to tell the world about great things that are going in life, let them. Let them be the encouragement to others because they're kids that they're around that may be going through some rough times. And it helps them to see, hey, this kid's encouraging me by sharing. It's encouraging to hear what they're doing and what's happening in their life because we need that encouragement from time to time. And some people need it on a daily basis. I did for a while. But another reason why you don't want to, why some people will not be with you on your journey forward, and even to the healing part of it, it's because on your healing journey for okay, let me go back here. Just keep moving forward, and there will be those in your life that won't be with you on your journey, but that's okay. You will be fine, even if you don't feel fine. Why I say that is because He will never leave you nor forsake you, and He won't abandon you. He is always right by your side. For I can definitely see it now. With everything I've been through, I will explain that. There will be times, yes, there will be times that it feels like God is not with you or by your side, but the amazingly thing is, He is. When you go through your healing journey, where you allow yourself to get therapy for whatever, or counseling, whatever you need it for, maybe it is to help you deal with the hurt, wounds, scars, pain, or trauma that you need help dealing with. Because there'll be those, and the reason I say that is because there'll be about those that will not be in your life, in your journey, because there'll be those that will be just nothing but there to drag you down. They are not there as your friend. They are just there to drag you down. They may think they're doing the best for you, but they're not. But you gotta look at it. But how do you know? Well, do you feel like they're helping you? Or do you feel like they're holding you back? If you feel like they're holding you back, well then let them go and move forward. If you feel like you're just in the dumps, like when you're around that person and you feel like you're in the dumps, dump that person. Move forward. They can still be your friends, but you just gotta keep it very distant. But keep it distant. Don't get too close. Allow yourself to move forward. Because it's key to moving forward in life. I've learned that. I've had to cut out my own family because it was necessary to move forward. Because of people that I know in the family that would just drag me down. The things that they're doing, I just don't want to be focused. I want to focus on me and my healing journey, which has been great, by the way. And I recommend for anyone that's struggling, go through it. Go through the journey. It may be a struggle. Trust me. Nothing is easy to go through. Life is not meant to be easy. But you can do it. If I can go through a lot of things and others that have gone through worse things than I have can move forward in their life, so can you. But stay away from those that tell you with whatever you've been through to get over it. You don't get over it. If you have yet to process the pain that was associated with that traumatic memory or whatever, pain, wound, scar, whatever, you will never be able to move forward past it. You have to see someone to deal with that. Trust me. I explained to my sister when I understood what that was all about. She goes, that makes no sense. For a while, I could be honest, she told me to get over it, blah, blah, blah. I was told by not just her, my mom, and others. We just don't get over something traumatic. You just don't. You may say and lie to yourself, oh, I gotten over it. Well, guess what? Guess where it hits you? Wait for it down the road. If you still haven't dealt with it, just wait. It'll come at you. It'll smack you between the eyeballs one day. When you least expect it to be there, it will hit you. And it will say, now you're going to deal with me. Because you refused to deal with it then. Well, now you're going to deal with it now. And you're going to go and become a recluse. You'll end up snapping. Most likely, having outbursts where you have no idea why the heck you're screaming your head off or raising your voice at others. It's because you haven't dealt with the junk. You can't move forward until you deal with the junk in your trunk. You ever heard that? If you don't deal with the junk in your trunk or take out the trash, you're never going to move forward. To deal with the trash, you gotta do that trash. Just some wounds and stuff that you gotta deal with. And when that pain is done, that you've finally dealt with it, you put it in your bag and you throw it in the trash or in the center or whatever you want to put it in. So that way you can go, okay, there, that's done. I don't need to carry this no more because I've dealt with that. That's what it means to take the junk out of the trunk and throw the junk in the trash when you're done with it. So it doesn't drag you down over something that you've already dealt with. Otherwise, it's just gonna keep stumbling and stumbling. But if you fall ever in your life, get back up and keep going. I've fallen many times, stumbled through many things, and I had to push forward. It was not easy. You had to find a reason sometimes. Like I say, it could be, and I'm not sure if I mentioned the first one now, but you may have to find the dumbest of reasons. I mean, the stupidest of the stupidest. It could be the corniest of corny. Oh, I'm gonna move forward because of my car, or because I want to look good, or my family, my dog, my cat. Something very stupid. It may be. You maybe do some saying stuff like that, and I can tell you, I did some stupid things. I said I'm doing it because of these reasons, and they were the dumbest of the dumb. But they give you the reason to go forward. Because sometimes to go forward, you gotta find a reason. But if you hit the end of your road, that's okay. God is with you. And sometimes, let me explain about suicide. People like to put a stigma on people with mental health and suicide and stuff like that. There are people that hit the end of the road and there is no more forward. There is no more tomorrow. They know it. They can't because there is no more. Am I applauding what they did? No. Just that it was their time to go. Or they just chose to just take themselves early out of the world because they knew the roadblock was coming. And they just chose to themselves before they hit their dead end in life. And even though you may think it's just as an answer to your problems, it's not the answer. It is going to hurt more people than you believe. You will have a support of a world that you don't even realize that's out there. There's people that do care. They find it very hard and sad that people just do this to themselves. And I find it hard to, when I first heard about them, I'm like, well, I'll never do that. Well, I can say it. Yes, I did. Done it before in the past, about over 8 years ago. Well over 8 years ago. But that's okay. Actually, not over 8 years ago. Yeah, 11 years ago to be. No, hold on. Let me do this correctly. About. It's been 9, 10 years since the last time I tried anything against myself, which is fine, to say the least. And it's great because it shows that I chose to live my life. I chose to survive. I somehow survived, which meant that it was time for me to continue to move forward. No matter the struggles, get up. You fail, get up. And I'm going to say this to anybody out there: don't be afraid to be a parent. Don't be. I don't care how young you are. Don't be afraid to be a parent. Even if you see that you know something that's lacking a parent, well, be their parent. You can never replace it, but you can be that someone they can find and consider you as their adopted mother or father that they can talk to, or a brother and sister. Make it feel like you can be someone that they can talk to, and do not break the trust. Allow them to share what they're going through because they need it. Because some people grow up in homes where they kind of have mom and dad, but they're not there for them. They could have siblings and they're not there for me. They just don't care about knowing about themselves. And that's where we come in to say, hey, it's okay. No one's perfect. There's no such thing as perfect parent. You all learn from your mistakes. But don't let your fear, once again, don't let your fear be the thing that holds you back. Because if you are afraid to be a parent, you feed that fear and say, I'm not going to parent because of this. Well, guess what? You're going to miss on the big things. And they're going to tell you that, how disappointed they were in you. Just try to be the parent. Parenting doesn't have actual manual. I don't care what Dr. Phil tells you. She says there's a parenting manual. There actually is not a single parenting manual. I hate to tell them. There's so many books that they don't actually tell you the truth. Parenting comes from experience, what you were taught, how you were raised. And even through all that you've been through, you choose to parent them a different way because you don't want to put them through some things that you know that were not the greatest ways of parenting. You choose to do a different way. Everybody has their own style. Don't let anyone tell you any other way, unless it's not in the best interest of you or your child. Then you just say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. But continue to move forward. That's my encouragement every single time that I do these. It's my way of encouraging you, you people out there, to move forward. Don't stay stuck. If you are stuck, go through EMDR or find a therapist, somebody. And if your therapist doesn't work well, then you need to look up EMDR. We'll get into that Christian mental health program through that Anthem of Hope website. Just look Anthem of Hope online. Then there should be a area where it says get help. And whatever. But I will put the link in the description to their website to where you can find that support group on Facebook. And you need to join because you don't have to be a Christian either, but it will help you know that there's people that do care. They're not there to judge you. They're there to uplift you and be someone that you can talk to, confide, that they're willing to talk to you privately if you want that. And stay strong. Keep up the good work. Bye.